Let's go with it's a man baby for 1,000.
Daily double. Alex, what would you like to wager on this one?
So let's make it a true daily double, Alex.
This former First Lady is built like a linebacker, and many have suggested she is actually a he.
Oh boy, who is Big Mike?
Big Mike or Michelle Obama? Absolute pythons for arms, and maybe one in her pants as well. Alex, you've got control. Go ahead.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Stumbling through stuff and looking at things, and there's a lot to report on when it comes to the Trump White House, FBI, Charlie Kirk. I mean, everything's just really weird. And on top of that, I found this podcaster chick who has now been videoed kissing Jasmine Crockett's feet. I was like, this is newsworthy. And to watch the content in Jasmine Crockett's face while this liberal white woman kisses her feet. Jasmine Crockett is a massive racist. She really dislikes anybody outside her race. She says it all the time. And she uses all that stochastic terrorism talking points to try to stoke their voter base into doing very awful and violent things to people, and mostly conservatives. She's got Trump derangement syndrome out the wazoo, and, being propped up by liberal Karen white women like this one that kisses her feet. Check it out. This is crazy. Watch this.
Representative, can you confirm that I just kissed your sneakers? This is true. She's on camera saying she'll do the radio. I am. We're doing it. Future senator of the great state of Texas. I'm a miss Ted Cruz so much. He's so likable. Oh my God.
Noticed, that podcaster chick says, future senator of Texas. She's going to be running against Ted Cruz. And Matt from American Patriots, he changed his channel name, so now it screws me up. But he says, I made a friendly bet. It's like, I'll bet you $50 that Jasmine Crockett will win. Because he's like, no, she's not going to win. She's not going to win and be senator. Not Texas. And I don't want to wish bad on Texas, but I'm going to tell you what right now, what I'm seeing across the board and how this is all working out and how so for some odd reason, basically we haven't done anything. Nothing has been done to secure elections. That's the problem. Just recently, there's a mayor that's been elected that's just like in this place where she's just like far left chick. She lives at home. Her parents pay for everything. She's never worked a day in her life. And no, it's not Mom Domi. It's a different leftist chick. And because of a massive mail-in ballot push through, all of a sudden she's leading now. She's like, look, I'm going to win. And of course they're going to count for 2, 3, 5, 10 weeks until something happens. So in the real world, even though you've got Ted Cruz, I love Israel, he would outdo Jasmine Crockett. But in what we are in this position now when it comes to elections being not secure, I want my $50 when I win, Matt, and I'm sorry. When it happens, I apologize for all you people in Texas. But yes, she is poised to, she's going to win the nominee. Of course, Democrats and nominees, that happens all the time. Yeah, she'll win the fake nomination. So this podcaster chick kisses her sneakers, gives her the old white guilt, kiss your boots, licks the boots. So who's in a cult? Who's in a cult? Has anybody on our side been kissing anybody's boots? Like, you're kissing Trump's boots. I'm watching you literally kiss boots. This is happening. How's this work? And so after that happened, here's what happened to the podcaster Stephanie Miller chick that watch this. This is this is wild. That's right. That's right. Get on in there. Go ahead. Get on in there. Get your ace in there. Same Stephanie Miller chick who was like super excited to get my third booster shot. Look at this. This is her. Right? Look at that. Super excited to get my third COVID booster shot. Get your Omicron variant booster and don't forget to mask up. Dude, shoes are nasty, lady. Don't kiss shoes. That's the weird. I want to put a mask on because air is dirty, and I don't want to breathe just air. So this stupid ass is gonna put her lips all over Jasmine Crockett's dirty feet, stinky feet. Oh my gosh! And she has this podcast thing. She does like she's gonna be on her thing. Jasmine Crockett's gonna be on there. Yeah. Get Jason. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's check in on Hooters real quick. Yeah. Woo.
What the hell happened to this place?
Oh
no. Bro.
I don't know. I think it's gotta be AI. It's gotta be AI. But what's not AI is James Carville, the Raging Cajun dude, and he's going to tell you their plan, and I think you need to pay close attention to it because this is
I want to talk to Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Alito, Justice Barrett, Justice Kavanaugh, Justice Gorsuch. I might be forgetting
Gorsuch.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. A Democrat is going to be elected in 2028. You know that. I know that. It's going to be a Democratic House. It's going to be a Democratic Senate. The Democratic president is going to announce a special transition advisory committee on the reform of the Supreme Court, that we could have our third branch of government has lost the faith and trust of the American people, and his president are going to do everything alone. He's going to appoint a blue ribbon, maybe Judge Ludick and the dean of the, just the usual fucking suspects, all right? And they're going to recommend that the number of Supreme Court justices go from 9 to 13. That's going to happen, people. That's going to happen to you. They're going to win. They're going to do some blue ribbon panel of distinguished jurists, and they are going to recommend 13, and a Democratic Senate and House are going to pass it, and the Democratic president is going to sign it because they have to do an intervention so we can have a Supreme Court that the American people trust again.
I like how he says that. We're going to have a Supreme Court the American people trust again. And basically, and what they're going to do is lay out, through their little panel that they have of their, so it doesn't look so tyrannical. They've already decided to do this. They've talked about this 100 times. We want to go ahead and ram through all of our agenda. We're going to pack the Supreme Court. They wanted to do this when Biden was president, but they couldn't because Sinema and Manchin pushed against it, and they couldn't get the votes. But they're not even doing this anymore. They're out, and all of the Democrats are really nuts right now, and they are really pissed off about that whole thing with the health care for illegals. That's not what they call it, but that's what it is. And they're really gonna hit back hard. They're gonna get theirs, and they're already pushing all kind of misinformation about the Epstein files, and mainstream media is covering it. And I actually am not one bit going to try to defend any of this because the Trump administration had all opportunity to release everything that they had, regardless of who it took down. The Trump administration is actually more than likely covering up for Democrats and other people that in the Republican Party who've been involved with Epstein because they're covering up for some people. And they thought that this would buy them some sort of political clout. And as you can see, it has not. They lied. The political clout is not there. They negotiated with Democrat and Republican terrorists thinking that this would be a good thing, when it actually made them look extremely incompetent. It made the Trump administration look extremely incompetent. Kash Patel looks like an asshole, extremely incompetent. Just sit there and tell people that none of this exists, quit worrying about it, it's never happened. And even Trump actually came out against his supporters and said, if you're going to keep pushing the Epstein stuff, well, then don't worry about supporting me, all this stuff. And I was really hurt when he said that because I was really pushed hard for the dude. And so all the stuff that is fixing to happen to the Trump administration and the same thing, Republican Party, because of the fact that they would not come out with what's really going on out there because they're too afraid to push against the wind and take down drain the swamp. You're going to get this kind of stuff. And then you're going to get this thing that's going to happen with the Democrats where they're going to pack the court with a bunch of the people that's going to run through a tyrannical agenda. and then we're going to get crammed in the butt. And all because they think that they can negotiate with the Republicans, the conservative side can, which there's not, even if we had, say for instance, we get rid of the Supreme Court, we get rid of the filibuster so that we could pack the Supreme Court. Well, I don't think we can get enough people who are actually aligned with just rule of law. I don't want somebody to be completely one-sided. I'd like to have a rule of law, a real rule of law, a fair justice, and I don't think we can get that. Even if we were to get rid of the filibuster, the Republicans did, and then put a bunch of conservative judges in there. There are Samuel Alito, who's not with us anymore, Clarence Thomas, who was great. We don't have these people. These people don't exist anymore, so I don't know what's going to happen. But we definitely need to be aware of the agenda that's in front of us. And the Democrats are saying what they're going to do. And don't be surprised when it happens. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Big hugs. See you guys soon. And I'm out.